So in this video, I wanted to talk about innate offers because I know a lot of brands and a lot of companies don't actually use these. And when they are using it, they're not actually even promoting it. And that's really the biggest reason why I'm recording this video is because you see a lot of companies that don't actually promote their innate offers. And they're pretty simple, but they increase revenue by a ton. And so what are these? They're built-in promotions or offers for your brand or service that automatically apply. And these are based on different criteria usually. So free shipping over X dollars, that's an innate offer. 10% off for students, that's also an innate offer. Subscribe and save, that's an innate offer as well. Loyalty points, stuff like that, where, for example, if they spend $100, they're going to get like $5 back. These are examples of innate offers. And you could see these and you see these with other brands too. So free standard shipping on orders over $75. Students get an extra 12% off. So essentially, they might be submitting their student like information for that. Get $10 off when you refer a friend. This is an example of a brand that actually has offers built into their actual company. Now, another example of that, another example could be subscribe and save 50% off plus free shipping on all recurring orders. So you want to incentivize people who are recurring buyers. So essentially they're subscribing to get their orders delivered on like a monthly basis or like a bi-monthly basis. And essentially you want to reward them. So essentially we see a lot of brands giving 50% off plus free shipping or something like that for their customers. And they're seeing a lot more success doing that. So going back to what I was saying is you'll have these type of innate offers that these brands are running. They have them active, but they just throw it on their website and they won't ever talk about it. It's either on their product page or their website in general, their homepage, but they don't actually use it within their actual marketing campaigns and their advertising campaigns. So this is just an example of a checkout that we split based on average order value. And what we're communicating in the messaging was usually for checkouts, we're doing like a 10% off or 15% off. But since it's based on average order value, we're able to actually incorporate that in a offer of free shipping. In this case, I think it was like a free shipping over $100. So when somebody abandoned checkout, we're essentially splitting this based on different messaging and based on that average order value. So for example, we did like a split of free shipping over $100. The people over $100 would go in this section. The people under would go in this section. And you're going to be able to convert a lot more customers by telling them, hey, look, you've been in checkout and you know you're going to get like 15% off. We're actually going to give you free shipping because of XYZ. And you can say free shipping over $100 in the messaging here. That's what we like to do. But you can also just say, hey, we're going to give you free shipping just because. Because when you take that angle of, hey, look, because you abandoned checkout, because you're a loyal customer, or you could say anything here that is on brand, as long as you're communicating to them that they're going to get free shipping in this abandoned checkout email, you're going to convert a lot more people doing this, as opposed to not saying this within your advertising campaigns. So for your innate offers, you typically want to assess what you're willing to give from a margin basis and conversion basis. So if you have high margins, you would have the advantage over other businesses or brands with lower margins, as they can't essentially test aggressive offers. So if you're a supplement company or like a skincare brand or hair care brand, you have higher margins than, like, for example, a fashion company or like other more like expensive businesses. You're able to actually test more aggressive offers and see what actually works for your brand and actually give more like just more incentivized offers to your customers. And conversion wise, if you're able to liquidate costs efficiently and sell like hotcakes, you may want to actually make this into a recurring offer. So what we like to do is we actually go ahead and this is actually not based on like margins, but essentially we were running a weekly campaign that was specifically for free shipping over X amount. And we did that for a lot of our clients every single week, and they did really, really well. Some of them were our best performing campaigns. And all we were doing was telling them that they're going to get free shipping over XYZ. And that's an innate offer. We didn't have to, create the code in Shopify. We didn't have to do any of that. We just advertised our offer, and it did really, really well, simply by reminding our customers that that's what they're going to get. So it became a recurring offer to do this every single week, and we weren't actually burning our list doing this because we were segmenting them properly, and they actually loved their emails. We sent this to a lot of people every single week, and they loved it. The engagement was good, the conversions were good, and they were really simple emails. So an example that I was basically trying to make with Sell Like Hotcakes is if you have higher average order values. So for example, if a customer bulk orders because they're saving big, well, you're going to be able to essentially do this a lot more frequently because, people are just ordering in bulk. Average order value is just going to be really, really high, and you're going to be able to actually afford to actually test these offers more. So you want to run these multiple times and with correct segmentation and mindfulness. And I'm going to share how we essentially incorporate this within our actual advertising campaigns. So how we incorporate these into our forms is on the base side of things, we do like a sign up and get 10% off. 10% offs are usually just like the go-to. You can see brands like Gymshark doing this. A lot of different brands just use 10% off because it's just a really solid offer. You don't want to overcomplicate it too much unless it's just not actually working for you. But essentially, this would be the base of the form. So essentially, people are signing up They're basically entering their email and they're getting 10% off. So sign up and get 10% off. Discover the best sunflower seeds ever. Now, if I wanted to essentially optimize it, the lowest hanging fruit within making sure that you're converting more people within your sign up forms is the offer. Above all things, it's not going to be your CTA. It's not going to be the color or like the shape. It's usually just going to be the offer first and then the other stuff next. For an example of testing a different offer here, you can actually go ahead and say sign up and get 10% off plus free shipping over XYZ. In this case, let's just say $40. But essentially, you go ahead and include this within your sign up form and say plus free shipping over $40 or plus free shipping over $100. And what that's going to communicate is that, okay, I want to try this brand. I really like it, but I don't want to actually make a purchase yet. Now that they're running 10% off, I'm going to be able to get 10% off when I actually shop. I just need to sign up. I'm going to go ahead and enter my email, and I'm also going to get free shipping over $40. So it's just a way to essentially value stack what the customers actually get, and it's going to incentivize them to actually keep shopping because they're going to get free shipping over a certain amount. So this is a lot more incentivized than an offer like this. But like I said, you only want to play around with this if this isn't working for you. These are just ways to actually angle your offers. So essentially, you're going to convert a lot more people. Another example would be this is kind of the same thing, but this is just more of like a less copy intensive type of form where essentially you do sign up and get 10% off plus free shipping, and you just go ahead in the smaller text, full free shipping applies over $40. So just more of like a cleaner look to it, just making sure that you add that disclaimer. But this is what I essentially go with if I was going ahead and testing an innate offer within my forms to optimize more conversion rates within our email list, so getting more subscribers. So now when it comes to incorporating into our flows and campaigns, I kind of already went over how essentially we do that. And an example right here, let's just say we have somebody who is at checkout and they abandon checkout. We go ahead and split this based on average order value. So if you do like, for example, if you have free shipping over $100, we'd go ahead and split this based on cart value. So if somebody abandons checkout and their cart is over $100, we want to communicate that they're also going to get free shipping over $100 when they shop today. And that's going to basically convert a lot more people than if you're not going to actually say that within your messaging. Because usually within our checkouts, we are doing like a 10% off just to get them to finish their order. If you go ahead and add that value on top of what they're already getting, the 10% off offer, you're going to convert a lot more people than not saying that within your messaging and just relying on just putting on your website and just forgetting about it. We also like to incorporate other offers within, for example, when we actually go ahead and send campaigns like this. This is actually a flow right here, an example, but we actually do campaigns specifically for innate offers. So we actually went ahead and did a free shipping campaign, and we saw really, really good results. And we ran that for every single one of our clients. And we found that our engagement was really, really good. Our conversions were really, really good, and people loved these emails. And all we were doing was reminding these people in our campaigns, weekly campaigns, that they're going to get free shipping on all orders over $40 or $50, $100 for different brands. And a lot of brands, like I said, they don't actually use this because they think that it goes without saying, but it actually doesn't. A lot of people just forget what they actually are going to get when they're shopping with you. So you want to make sure you actually include that within your advertising campaigns like email, SMS, and even other different channels. So we'd have like an email for 10% off all recurring orders. This is for subscription-based brands. So if you have a subscription, like if you, let's just say you have a supplement company or a hair care brand, or honestly, a lot of brands, it doesn't even matter what niche you're in. A lot of brands just have like recurring subscription-based offers now. You want to make sure that you are actually reminding these people that they're going to get that, and don't just rely on that being in your product page. Make it into a campaign. Actually start, making campaigns based on these type of innate offers that you have. Like if you're going to get 10% off all recurring orders, then you want to actually talk about that within your advertising campaigns. And you might find that your subscribe and save emails are doing really, really well, which we also found for some brands as well. Then you can also have one where it's earn points on every order. So this is like your loyalty programs. A lot of brands also have these, and you want to make campaigns based on just these type of like innate offers, because you're not creating a different, Shopify code. You're not creating anything new. You're just reminding these people what they're actually going to get, and you're explaining how this even works. So for example, in a recurring order campaign, you'd essentially talk about, hey, look, you're also going to get like free shipping on recurring orders as well. You can set it to like a monthly basis, bi-weekly basis, every 6 months, and you can cancel at any time. You want to include that within these actual campaigns. And then for your rewards, you can talk about the different prizes they can win, the points that they get, what dollar amount is equal to what points. You want to talk about this within these campaigns. And that's what essentially I would do within these campaigns. Now, for a flow, the welcome series flow, you'd essentially introduce all these within this. And this is why I'm starting with this, because when somebody first signs up to our email list, we want to make sure that we actually convey that to them. So we know that they're signing up for 10% off, so we're going to highlight that. We have free shipping on all orders, $40 plus. And then when we scroll down right here, this is the value stack section that we just went over. So they know that they're going to get all this when they shop with Chinook Series specifically, and that's what's going to basically allow them to like get it ingrained in their head that this is what they're going to get when they're shopping with us. Now, on the campaign side, we just go ahead and create different campaigns based on these different like offers accordingly. This is an example of a campaign. So essentially, this is literally just us saying, hey, Marvens, it's Team Chinook. You've unlocked free shipping on your checkout items. Tap here to finish up. That means that you won't pay a single dime for shipping today as long as your order is over $40. It also means you get to grab those extra flavors you've been eyeing since you're saving big at checkout. Ready to get snacking? Tap here to complete your order now. This is literally it. This is literally all we'd send to somebody who's at checkout. And another example would be like this right here. We saw you were checking out our premium products and wanted to share a little secret. When you shop today, you'll get free shipping on all orders over $40 plus 10% off, and earn points when you sign up for our free rewards program that can be used for coupons and free items. So essentially, we're just saying, hey, look, you're gonna get free shipping today. So yeah, this is pretty much what we'd essentially do. NA offers are so powerful, and you don't want to neglect them. A lot of brands do. Don't just include it on your product page. Don't just include it on your website. Actually talk about these things within your advertising channels like email and SMS, and you'll convert a lot more customers this way.